Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today and over the past few months, I have been keeping my eyes peeled for a new prospect horse. So Dove and I really do show jumping and cross country together, and I absolutely love doing that stuff with her. She is very good at what she does and she is very, very determined. But I want to kind of be able to explore all the disciplines, and Dove really does not like dressage, nor does she really like hunters. So I've been on the prowl for a horse that is either a dressage horse or a hunter horse, or maybe they're a little bit younger and they show potential in one of those two. So even though I love my girl and I love what we do together, I do think it would be kind of nice for me to dip my toes a little bit further in the water and see where else I can go within other English disciplines. So my friend over at South Hoof Farm actually has 3 horses she wants me to look at today. They are all disciplined or show potential in hunters. So I have an appointment with her today. And then after that, I'm gonna go see one of my old friends at the stable that I actually used to board at. She has not 1, but 2 Hanoverians that she wants me to look at, that she thinks I would be interested in. So I figured, why not? Even though a purebred Hanoverian would definitely cost a pretty penny, I figured that since I am looking and I'll be out today, I may as well just take a gander. It couldn't hurt. So you guys are just gonna come along with me today and we'll see how everything goes. So I'm about to head over to South Hoof Farm to look at the 3 horses that my friend over there has suggested I take a look at. So just so you guys get a little bit more background as to why I'm here at South Hoof Rescue, one of my good friends, Angela, who I've known since high school, actually moved out here a couple years ago with her husband, and they started a rescue where they rescue literally everything, not even horses, dogs, cows, chickens, cats, turtles, you name it, they probably have it. But unfortunately, they both receive a lot of horses that are surrendered, pregnant, injured, or unfortunately their owners just can't take care of them anymore. So they're brought here where either they are rehabilitated or retired or kind of worked up to the point where they can be sold. And all 3 of the horses that she's going to be showing me today are rescue horses that were either surrendered or injured or anything of that nature. So this is the first horse that Angela brought me to today because this is the only horse that I'm actually not going to be riding. So this is Lady, and she is quite the lady. Literally the 2 minutes that I've been standing here, she's already licked me and nipped my head. She is just a big, giant sweetheart. So she is 10 years old, and as far as Angela knows, she doesn't really know what kind of horse Lady is. She knows she's Belgian warm blood just considering her build, the shape of her head, and her coat, but she is pretty positive she's mixed with something else. She is just not sure what, and unfortunately she and her husband don't really have the means to test every single horse and see what exact breeds they are, so as of right now it's just kind of in the unknown. So Lady was actually a former companion horse for an owner who ended up moving across the country about 6 months ago, and she chose not to take Lady with her just because Lady is pretty much untrained. I mean, she's saddle broke, she knows how to walk with a halter and a lead rope, and you might be able to kickstart her into a walk, but other than that, she is pretty much uncultured in the ways of riding. So her former owner left her behind because she figured she wasn't trained, so what was the point and hassle of literally shipping her across the country if she wasn't even sure how she would turn out being ridden? So that's why she got surrendered here, and she's been here for about 6 months. And according to Angela, this is the absolute sweetest horse that they have at the rescue. She said if she didn't have as many horses as she had, she would adopt her all by herself, just because of how lovely she is. Angela says that you can put her in the pasture with literally any other horse and they will be friends within 5 minutes. And even though she is pretty much untrained, she does show quite a bit of potential. She has a good build, a strong head on her shoulders, and I mean, ever since she's been here, she has had a willingness to learn and adapt. So that's why Angela brought her out for me to look at, just because she figured, hey, it was worth a shot. And you know what? This horse is a big, giant teddy bear. She is just as sweet as she said she would be. So, since I can't ride Lady, that's pretty much it. There's nothing really else to say or to show, but Angela just went into the stable to bring out the next horse that she would like me to look at. So this is horse number 2. This is Star, and Star is a 6-year-old mare, and she is a purebred, I kid you not, a purebred American quarter horse. Now you might be wondering, how in the heck did a adorable young purebred quarter horse come to be at South Hoof Rescue? Well, she was actually a former broodmare at a foaling barn, so her entire life job was to just have a pretty coat, have a pretty build, and then make babies. She was saddle broke when she arrived, but she was completely unrideable due to her temperament. So she actually came to the rescue 2 years ago when she was 4 years old. As far as Angela and her husband know, it's because she stopped producing foals, so that's when her owners decided to boot her out of there. And whenever she first came to the rescue, she was completely crazy. Not in a bad way, but in the way that she would not let anybody touch her. She did not let any other horses near her. You could not even put a saddle near her. She would absolutely freak out. So over the past 2 years, Angela and her husband have just been working with her, sort of creating a more calm and peaceful temperament. And they have actually been starting to ride her both English and Western. They are completely torn about whether they want to train her in English or train her in Western. It is a little bit more common for this breed of horse to be trained in Western, just mainly due to their build and their bloodline, and the fact that they've been doing it for hundreds of years. But Angela thinks that she would make an amazing English horse, but her husband, Joe, thinks she would make an amazing Western horse. So Angela told me that I could take her out for a little walk with the tack that I brought, which is English tack. She said that she's comfortable in both saddles, but if I do end up getting her, then I would probably need to stick to just one. That way she can really advance and excel in whatever it is, whether it's English or Western. So I'm going to saddle this beautiful lady up and take her for just a little walk around the arena, just to see how we work together and to kind of see how she looks. Okay, so we are now in the arena together, and thank you so much to Angela for recording this footage for me. I would definitely rather this than any GoPro footage. So here we are, just sort of taking a little walk around the arena, and as you can see, she is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just the body, the movement, the fluidity, everything is just stunning. And I mean, even the second I saw her in the saddle after I put it on, I was like, oh my God, she might be, more inclined to be a Western horse, but dang, does she look good in an English saddle. So I really didn't do anything but just walk her around. I just wanted to see how she felt and everything within that nature. And I will say, being on her was just a little bit rocky, but she is a super young horse and she does not really know that much about being under a saddle at all. So for what it's worth, I would say that even despite that, it was still a really nice ride, even for the short time that we had together. And just the way that she moves is absolutely stunning. I could have stayed on her all day if I was given the opportunity, but unfortunately, I made so many back-to-back appointments that I only had about 10 minutes on her before it was on to the next one. Okay, everyone, so this is the final horse that I will be looking at here at the South Hoof Rescue, and we are certainly ending off on a very adorable note. And I love how the horses are just getting smaller and smaller as I look at them. But this here is River, and his registered name is Adventure of a Lifetime. He is a 9-year-old Connemara pony, and he is actually an extremely well-rounded hunter pony and just a very avid and very, very excited jumper. Kind of his prime year was when he was 7 years old. He went through a lot of competitions, won a lot of awards, and just did an amazing job during that period in his life. But unfortunately, when he was 8 years old, he sustained a really serious injury that his owner did not want to pay for. So instead of doing the good deed that every horse owner should do and just paying for it no matter what the cost is, he ended up surrendering this beautiful pony to South Hoof Rescue, and then Angela and her husband were left to figure it out from there. So they ended up actually getting a really good deal from one of their friends who is a vet who basically did it for almost free. Which was a very, very nice thing, and they were very fortunate to be so close to somebody that was able to sort of give them that help. But River is a Connemara pony, which means he does only compete at a certain level that he can't go past just because of his height and how much he can actually jump, since he is a little bit smaller. So that is the only downside that I see about getting him, would be that we wouldn't be able to compete in, more higher level jump competitions within the hunter arena, just because he is a little bit smaller, but I'm not here to judge. But Angela recommended that I actually take him out for a little test ride, just because he is such a great hunter horse and he has made a full recovery from his injuries, so don't worry. So believe it or not, I actually just fully traveled across a ferry to come over to Dundle, where River and I will be trying out some jumps, because at South Hoof Farm, they don't really have the equipment to be able to set up jumps other than trot poles, which is completely understandable. But Angela and her husband are very good friends with the people in the Dundle area, so whenever they have a horse who jumps, or they're trying to show a horse to an interested buyer, they just take the ferry over here and try them out in the arena that they have in Dundle. So in all honesty, the first thing I noticed about River whenever I was tacking him up is just the fact that it seemed like he was so excited to be getting tacked up. I mean, he was snorting, he was licking the air, he was stamping his hooves. It just seemed like he's been waiting to get ridden literally for his entire life. And if that's any warning to how it is every time I'd be tacking him up, that makes me very excited. Just to know how willing he was and how excited he got even at the idea of going and being able to jump. So immediately, even into trotting, I was just like, this pony is structured. He is balanced. I feel like I don't even have to squeeze my legs, even though I am. In my head, I was just like, this is what it feels like to ride a jumping horse who knows exactly what they are doing. And then again, the second that we went into the canter together, I was just like blown away at how airy it felt, at how fresh it felt, at how just balanced and lovely everything felt. And then we did our first jump, and I was like, wow, okay, that was bouncy, that was excited, extremely enthusiastic, just everything that I look for in a horse that wants to be jumped. And even though these aren't even hunter jumps, this pony knows exactly what he's doing. Had I would have loved to jump him in hunters, yes. But honestly, anything will do, and I understand that there's only so much that can be provided at a rescue facility, and sometimes you just have to take them and see what happens. And then we just ended up going over a few more jumps, and again, it just felt absolutely magnificent. I mean, you can just tell that this horse loves his job and he loves to jump, which is exactly what I have been searching for. So unfortunately, it is time for us to part ways and bring this little guy back across the water to the rescue. I will say I had such an enjoyable time with him and riding him and just being around him and how eager he is to just show me what he can do. But I have 2 more appointments at Golden Leaf Stables that I am definitely going to be late for, so I have to go bring him home and then get my butt on the road. Okay, well, hello from Golden Leaf Stables. It feels like it took me literally forever to get here, but here we finally are. So yeah, I have an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, and tall, handsome man behind me, and his name is Raven, but he is also known in the arena as the show name Playing Devil's Advocate, and he is a 12-year-old, very handsome, very tall, and very experienced, purebred Hanoverian. Now, is he a pretty penny and costs about the entirety of my bank account? Yeah. But I mean, look at him. I mean, I just couldn't say no. I had to come look at him and just take him out for a ride. So he is actually extremely renowned in dressage, and I have been looking for a dressage horse as well, even though I've really only tried more English hunter prospects, but he is extremely warded in his discipline, and he actually has 2 foals. One of his foals is actually who I will be trying next, and he is not yet really trained, but he does show a lot of potential in dressage because obviously his father here is very high class in that regard, and so is his mother. So Raven here and his son Fox are actually owned by one of the girls that I used to know from the stable that I boarded at when I was very, very young. We sort of fell out of touch, but I saw her advertisements on Facebook and I was like, hey, I have to come look at these 2 horses because they are so, so beautiful. So I'm gonna take Raven out for a little test spin and we'll see what happens. So I really honestly just wanted to get a feel for what he was like under the saddle, And oh my god. I mean, honestly, just look at him and watch him, and do I even need to say anything? Probably not. And I mean, even look at that walk to trot transition and look at how bouncy that trot is. I mean, how could you say no to that? I mean, every single thing about being on the back of this horse was literally like something out of a dream. And just the way that he picked up on every single little command that I sent him was unbelievable. It's like he knew exactly what I was thinking, and it's like this was just destined to be his job. We only did a little bit of cantering just because he had already been ridden for the day, but even then, I mean, I just did not want to get off. I mean, genuinely, when was the last time you have seen a horse this beautiful grace your presence? Okay, so basically I need him immediately, but obviously I can't just go out on a whim and decide that I'm going to take him home with me today. So I'm going to try my last horse for the day, which is in fact his son, and we'll see what happens. Okay, well, we have finally made it to the end and the last horse. It has been quite a long and adventure-filled day, and honestly, I'm just ready to take a nap, but I can't go home without at least saying hi to this beautiful, beautiful horse. So this is Fox, and his registered show name is Bounty Hunter. He is a purebred Hanoverian, and as you know, his dad is Raven, and I don't know a lot about his mother, but I do know she is pretty well versed in both dressage and hunters, a little bit more in dressage though. So he is actually not trained at all, but he is saddle broke. My friend just has not had sort of just the energy to start training him because she does have a handful of other horses, and starting a young green horse is always difficult even if they do come from a really good lineage. So she did give me permission to just sort of walk and trot him around the arena and just see how everything works between the both of us. So I am absolutely going to do exactly that and just get a feel for what it's like to ride a green horse again, because honestly, it's been a while. Okay, so initially when I did get on him, he honestly gave me a little bit of trouble, but my friend just assured me that it's because he is young and he is still just a bit clueless. And he also is still a stallion, which means he sort of has an unpredictable temperament. So I did notice right off the bat that he was definitely eager and excited once I was able to get on him. And in fact, he was so eager and excited that he kept trying to change gaits before I was ready to do so. And it caught me off guard, and it did happen a few times, which was a little bit strange because I'm used to riding Dove, who literally, if I think about changing gaits, she'll do it. She just knows exactly what's going on inside of my head. But I think he was honestly just really eager to show and prove to me that he could do all the things that any other sport horse could do. Which is fine, but I mean, whenever you go from a trot to a canter and I'm not expecting it, and then I have to pull back on the reins and I'm kind of freaking out, that's a different story. But I mean, he is young and he is a stallion, so these things kind of just happen, and it's just a matter of training them and then eventually being able to predict what they're going to do, and then just getting those habits out from the start. So Fox is kind of a fixer-upper in a way, but he is beautiful and he does come from a very, very good family. And I mean, given the right training, he could take me all the way, whether that's in dressage or hunters. So, in all honesty, every single horse or pony that I tried today was an amazing experience. So, in complete truth, every single horse that I've tried today has been incredible in their own ways. Even Lady, who I didn't ride but I stood next to, and she charmed the crap out of me. And I mean, even all the way down to Fox, who was a little bit snappy and unpredictable at times. But I mean, he's just literally a big baby who needs to be taught what he can and can't do. And honestly, I forgot about the fact that I'm only going to be able to take one of these horses home with me, and that decision is going to be a really difficult one to make. So it would be extremely helpful to me if you're watching this and you feel like it, just giving me your opinion on what horse you think would make the best fit for me, and Dawn and Dove, who you think they would be able to get along with, because honestly it does also come down to that, because if they can't get along with my next horse, then I think that would be a big problem. So I don't want to have to make this decision alone, and I would appreciate truly any other input that I can get. But I need to go bring Fox back now because he is getting a little bit stir crazy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for tagging along with me. And maybe in the next video we'll see which horse I end up coming home with. So I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!